Hmm?
Go to, Papa. He can't be in here.
What happened to it? Can you just go and help him?
What happened? What is it? What happened? Nothing happened. Here. There you go. Is that better? Hello, how are you?
Live already?
Yes.
Okay. Did you change the settings on this?
The settings? I don't know. No, you have to do that. I thought it was. Good morning. Is there supposed to be settings? I thought you said there aren't. Hi, Katie. Honored to have you. Okay, I am feeling a little stuffy. I'm a lot better, but still a little stuffy. And what's been really helping me is the ginger tea. I think I got some sort of virus. I was doing that clove, like, for the mold detox, and then it aggravated something. And then from there, because I was a little in fight or flight, I think it turned into a viral or maybe an infection. It's getting better, but no dairy, no corn, no wheat. I had a little bit of wheat today because we were out all day and just a tiny bit. No sugar. I also had a tiny bit of sugar, but definitely dairy is a big one. So if you have any sinus issues going on, you want to cut out dairy for a little bit because dairy is very mucus forming, and you'd want to rely on fresh ginger tea. You could do some herbal supplements. I mean, not supplements, you want to do tincture form, and that would be burdock root or stinging nettle. Or a lot of soups, and adding lots of onions into your soup, the red onions, preferably just wash it and don't even peel it. Within that skin, there will be a lot of nutrients that will help with histamine and bring down inflammation as well. Quercetin primarily is one of the flavonoids that will be there. Hi, how are you? Okay. Hello. How's everybody doing? Hello, Juan. Juan, my name is Juan, spelt like Juan. Hi, Brandon. How are you? My insomnia has been bad for 10 years. That's a very long time. Good morning. For me, it's evening. For you, it may be morning. First question, have you lived in the same home for the last 10 years? I just want to rule out if you're living somewhere that could be close to a cell phone tower or a, what are those electrical, what are they called?
Grids?
Yes, you've been living the same. Okay, do you have an electrical grid close to your home within a 1 mile radius? Do you have any, next time you're out, check if there's any like cell phone towers next to your home. 10 years is a long time. Going through insomnia here and there because you're stressed, you're going through a divorce, you're going through something is sometimes normal, but to have it for 10 years. No, I'm 59. Okay. What triggered your insomnia? Do you remember? Was it an event that triggered it or just one day? And what is your nighttime hygiene like? What is your routine like? Are you on the phone scrolling? Do you have bright lights on? All these things kind of matter. Are you watching? The phone is a big one. You want to have no lights an hour because sleep for years. Yes, that is not good. You want to, like, I mean, I'm a huge advocate of sleep, but if you're waking up and you're still tired and you don't feel rested, that's an issue. That's an issue. And that could be your body just has a heavy load of viruses or heavy metals or trauma or it could be a little bit of everything and it's weighing you down and you're constantly tired. And love, get me a napkin and that ginger juice. Yes, bright light on my phone. So you have to cut that out because here's the thing. And I'd rather you go to TED Talks and just type in TED Talks blue light. There will be a ton of videos on there. Our brain doesn't understand this is artificial light. It just thinks it's like, wow, morning spectrum light. And basically at nighttime, your body's supposed to put out melatonin, right? That's why it's a sleeping hormone. It's actually known as the dark hormone. And it's only put out when your body circadian rhythm is connected. Like, so in the morning you want to wake up and get natural sunlight, and at night you want to switch to like red lights or darkness.
Where? Come.
But if you're in front of bright phone, your body just thinks it's still like bright early morning light, and it still keeps putting out cortisol. I don't do the face masks.
She's doing something.
No, I can't, love. I don't do the face mask. I have a little device box because I feel like you can shine that on your thyroid, you can shine it on your uterus, you can shine it on your kidneys. I heard having a phone near your reproductive organs for a long time, like carrying it in your pocket, increases infertility. Absolutely. Well, I mean, you guys think about it. We're going to think about it, right? We have wireless earbuds. Wireless, but it's still connecting to an energy. You might not see that energy, and your phone, same thing. When you're connected to Bluetooth, all these like Wi-Fi signals are going to your phone. So if you have your phone right there in your pocket all day long, they will stimulate certain things. And you don't want them near your organs, especially when women are pregnant and they put the laptop on their lap or on their bellies, like really bad. I have a phone, okay. Is there a way to change your settings on your phone to change it? Yep, there is, Marissa. And if you have an Apple phone, it would be in, go to settings and it would be in the brightness area. And then you can change it to, nighttime setting. I have mine at nighttime all day long. Here's a fascinating thing. There was a doctor, oh God, what is his name? I forgot his name. But so certain apps have very bright lights. The first social media app that was ever created, let's say that. And basically, they bought the blueprint. There was a study done on bulls. Whenever they would shine this bright blue light in front of the bull would get super hyper. Same thing with casino lights. Those casino things. It takes a lot of. I mean, they're very strategic with the sounds and the lights. Love, can you go be with him? They're very strategic. They want to keep you engaged. They want your brain stimulated. So I haven't had REM sleep in over a decade and recently had to quit smoking. So I've had a lot of horrible nightmares ever since. Any suggestion? If you want to go into REM short term, you can do melatonin and just wake up and connect to the morning sunlight and red light at night. Melatonin for 30 days to 90 days might help you get into REM sleep, but really connecting to the morning sunlight is important. Your mind races in bed. What is your mind racing about? You have to just tell yourself, we all as human beings have something that we go through or we want or is on our mind. Okay, we all have that. We're human, that's how we work. Your energy goes where your thoughts flow. But you have to have tools in your toolbox to either you can start tapping to tell yourself to calm down. One thing that I've been doing lately, because I'm having a very heavy few weeks, is at nighttime, I go onto YouTube. I don't usually do this, but I have the plug-in wireless, not wireless, the old-fashioned earbuds, and I listen to subliminal messaging, or you can listen to hypnotic, and there's wonderful YouTube creators, and I find some for overcoming obstacles or negative thoughts or whatever it is that you're going through. And basically, while you sleep, while you drift to sleep for the hour or two, and it's just like nature sounds, but within the nature sound, there's subliminal messaging that helps you get into your subconscious programming. And it really helps because we all go through something. We all go through something. I'm really upset about my account. I really am. Um, and it's been weighing on me, but I can't let it affect me. Everybody has something. I'm, you know, if I want to be honest, I wish I was hoping to be pregnant by now, and I'm not. I might have to go through a surgery. So these things, like if I focused in on that and honed in, it would weigh me down. So when I listen to these messages, it just helps you feel lighter. And of course, prayer. I'm a huge believer in asking the Lord to give you signs. Now, who you want to pray to, that's your God-given journey. I believe in God's source. I believe God is an energy, yeah, like a light, and everybody descended from God. Like, of course, if you want to pray to Jesus, Moses, Buddha, that is your beautiful right. I believe in all of them. But when I call upon God, I just think it's an energy. I just know that he's Lord and he's there for me. So also having somebody to share your inner with is helpful. And I always ask for signs from God, signs that whatever, you know, everything's going to be okay. Those signs can be a bird, it can be a number sequence, it can be whatever it is. Ask God, it will show up, and at least then you know, like, okay, whatever it is that I'm trying to manifest, it is for me. Hey, what's your name? My name is Juan Abi, Juan Abi. Can I? How do you feel about frequency healing? I love it. I have a machine right now that I'm in my pictures in. I'm using it for myself. I'm a huge believer. Energy is energy, just like there's good energy and there's bad energy. Are you on the gram also? I am, Faith. I'm a little upset because a few weeks ago, I had an account that I had for 8 years, many followers. Not a big deal, but kind of is. I had Robert F. Kennedy following me. That's a big deal. But more importantly, I had clients' DMs going back 8 years, and I woke up and basically they said I wasn't the correct age and they took down my account permanently. So we are trying our best to get it. I have a backup right now. It's the same Abi Energy, but I had to use .22 because Abi Energy 22 was gone. So we'll see what happens. But if I have to hire an attorney, I will, because I'm now in jeopardy of not being able to be on the Meta platform, and it's just not right. Like, I've never violated anything. I've had a beautiful community. So I just, if I have to fight, I have to fight. Yeah, and it does stress you out. And we all deal with stresses, but I can't focus on that every day. I need to pray about it, release it. God knows what I want, and if it's in my highest good, it will work out. You want to know about the machine? So before I talk about it, this machine, the reason why we don't really know about it is because it was hidden. That's all I'm going to say. In the 1950s, so anything that receives, so what happened to your account? I believe that somebody that was selling Shilajit, like a competitor, mass reported it, saying that I was. They said I violated, that I'm not the correct age, that I'm below 18. I uploaded my ID, and then they said permanently denied, which is berserk. That's just makes no sense. And now we're just, which is what's really sad, is my husband had a few emails of people who work at Meta, and they read our email. Nobody has helped us because people don't care at the end of the day. So we have a few cases opened. Hopefully we get through to somebody, but if it has to come through getting an attorney, I'd rather not. I'd rather, and I made a deal with God, and I said, I would, if you think it's in my highest good, I'd rather not pay an attorney. And I make a promise to you. There is a woman who has a son who has cerebral palsy. Is it bad connection? Is it bad connection? Yes or no? It is going to it. It is going to it, and it will get better. It is going to it, but I need to learn to shift. Have you thought about writing a book in case the grid ever gets shut down? Well, I have a WhatsApp channel, but writing a book, I would really want a book with my mentors in it, and they're way wiser than me. They've been on this earth way longer, 70 years, 75 years. They've met people like Bernard Jensen. Do you know who Bernard Jensen is? He's the father of radiology. She used to hang out with Dr. Bronner's, the soap guy. Like, she used to hang out with Dr. Bronner's. So I would want her to be part of it. Because really I wouldn't be here without her, and I just think she just, yeah. And years ago, I remember I've known her now for 12 years, and whenever she would search things on Google, she would tell me to print it out when she would find like protocols or how to make an herbal tincture. She would tell me, you need to print this, you need to print this. And I was like, why do you print everything? And she's like, because one day it's not going to be there. And sure enough, here we are 10 years later, and things that I tried to look up with the certain doctors that she told me about, or you can't find it. You cannot find it. It's just so bizarre. Like, I've searched the web, like, where is it? Because I remember reading this, that you would get this herb, you would apply it to your body, it would help with your wrinkles, it would, so scalar energy, before I show you the machine, scalar energy comes from God, the sun, the moon, the stars. That light energy, basically, anything that gets this energy from the sun can receive scalar energy, and that would be the plants, animals, and humans, right? If we didn't have sunlight, plants would perish, animals would perish, and we would perish. We couldn't survive. So back in the day, I believe in the 50s, farmers started using it. It was like an invisible gate, like the dog's gate, that there's those devices where they put out a frequencies and dogs can feel it, but we can't. So the same thing, they would take a picture, which is, I'll just show you. I'm in the machine right now.
Where?
They just wanted to see, is the machine on?
No.
Why not?
Yeah, there was some.
Okay. So basically, it's broadcasting energy to me right now. That's my picture. I am the IP address. And then on this card, you have the frequencies on here that we want. And then we just kind of like a radio station, we just broadcast. And the reason why it seems so woo-woo is because if we grew up learning about this, it wouldn't seem woo-woo. It's just been hidden. And it was hidden in the 1950s. Because again, farmers were using it, and they learned that, oh my gosh, we don't need to use chemicals on our crops. Our crops are growing beautifully. And in fact, the crops are growing bigger and better and tastier than ever. Sure enough, and this started in, I believe, Chicago, Ohio, not place near Chicago. So Iowa, I really don't remember, but more and more farmers were using it. And at the time, the chemical giant got wind of this and was like, this is an issue. We can't have this. We cannot have this. This is a problem. So they took the machine and the people, the farmers, to court, and the practitioners using it. They put a bug on, and they turned up the frequency to the high, and the bug evaporated. And they're like, this can't be in the hands of human beings. They can manipulate energy. And so the books with all the frequency codes and everything was just kind of disappeared. So we never heard of it. Now you can use it for spiritual purposes, and it's slowly making a comeback, and it's scalar energy. There's a company out of the US. They're called, if you wanted to look into getting a big machine, they're called Kelly Radionics. My husband is younger than me. They're saying you look so young.
I do, yeah, of course.
Yes, he is younger than me. So gray hair. Gray hair can happen for a ton of things. There is a peptide, it's called therapeptide 3. Science has just discovered it. Peptides are what make up an amino acid. Amino acid what's make up a protein. So they're in the protein family. They now discovered it. They say it's working. You can put on your scalp, and there are a few companies selling the serums. That's one thing. You need to have more copper and zinc in your diet. One way is eating black sesame seeds. Is wonderful. You need to grind it up and have it like a tablespoon a day. The other one, there's a tea called Hoshu Wu. It's a Chinese tea. It's supposed to help with gray hair. Beef liver would have copper in it. Can you reverse all of them? Maybe. I really don't know. I just started the energy on mine because I do have some gray hairs. So I will let y'all know if it works. I don't know. It may or may not. We'll see. As of you put the gray hair frequency for me, right?
It was hair.
No, I said gray hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Can you try to find gray hair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Do you have crystals? Faith, we do have crystals that we have activated in our machine on our website. They're just bracelets. We have 3 sets, and each set has about 7 different frequencies. They're all the same. It's just based on the quartz, or I believe we have onyx, quartz, and citrine, and amethyst. And just please, I welcome you to go to our website, Abi Energy 22, and you can take a look and decide which one resonates with you. But they're all the same frequencies. I have a wand that looks next like a blow dryer, passes the light. Oh, that, yeah, I know what that is. I know my mentor had one. It was pretty cool. I forgot what it was called though. Clove. I've never heard of clove. Clove is antifungal. If your gray hair was fungus related, it could potentially. Why does that keep turning off? It could potentially help. I got apple pectin. How do you like it? How do you like the apple pectin? How many years younger?
6.
6 years. 6 years. What's the peptide? If you guys join my What's Up channel, I will, it's Abi Energy 22, and I will please also follow my new Insta, but I will put a little study and the name. I don't know of a brand. You guys can look it up and ABI Energy 22 is the WhatsApp channel, and for Instagram it's .22. Did you have a C-section, Charm? Did you have a C-section? And did she get a little bit of ginger tea, love?
Okay.
Yeah.
Who turned the lights out?
I don't know. I'm asking you if you had a C-section just because sometimes when, okay, do you have any suggestion for lingering cough? Lingering cough. Is there any mucus? Is there any mucus? Anything for EMF sensitivity? You can get Shugnite crystals, a big one, and keep it in your room. Is if there's mullein leaf is helpful. You can also look into golden seal, mullein leaf, adding castor oil here, getting in the sauna and just trying to break it up. How do you join? It should be there, right? If you just look up Abi Energy,
Yeah, if
you
you
will
search it
see.
in the
If you search it
communities.
in the community, you're gonna find it, my dear.
I'm putting it on the website too. You can go check it on the website.
Oh, you're putting it up on the website.
Yeah.
EMF sensitivity. So are we so do you have a smart meter on the outside of your home? Are we talking about a smart meter? Because that you can get a cover for on Amazon. That will mitigate some of it because you do want to cover that smart meter. You can get Shugnite crystals. Are you turning off your router at night? Because do we turn off our router at night?
It's too far.
Oh, it's too far. Okay. Can you advise histamine intolerance? Nettle tea is wonderful. Nettle tea is great. Foods high in quercetin. So the red onion, there's a red onion tea. I'm gonna post it to my WhatsApp channel, and I can definitely give you the guide on Insta. You want to get quercetin. Very important. You can't have any foods for the time being with histamine. So that would be your cheese, foods that are a day or two old would be high in histamine. Anything fermented in vinegar, that would be high in histamine. Uh, they even say pepsin helps a little bit when you're traveling or around that time of the month. Estrogen and histamine sometimes have a close relationship. So I don't know if you have PMS symptoms. If you did, you might want to like bring down that xenoestrogen, and you could do that through diet. But look into quercetin, and that would be found in red onions. You can make a red onion tea and nettle tea. Yes, you turn it off. Do you believe in IV therapy? You have to go to a good place. I do, but you really have to be careful. You really have to know if they're using a good product. And I'm a little scared, because what happens if they're using like sketchy stuff? You're putting it inside of you. So you have to really be careful. I can't find, it's Abi Energy, my love. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Your thoughts on red light? I love it. It stimulates your mitochondria. NASA discovered it can make plants grow. We have light receptors in our skin and our eyes that respond to our light, and red light is just one of those lights. Obviously, if you could wake up in the early morning sunrise or get sunset, that's just as good. But we can't always do that, so it's good to have in your home. Can you repeat the scalar energy company? Kelly Radionics. Let me write it down for you. It's called Kelly. Oh, no, sorry. Unpin. Kelly Radionics. They are in Ohio, and if you purchase, these machines are quite costly. So in the new year, we're gonna finally have it. We're gonna have it up on our website where you can sign up for 10-day free trial. And you can choose how many frequencies are we have a list of all the frequencies up, and how many should a person be able to send broadcast to themselves?
Depends on what kind of package are they signing up for. We can add At once we can send
No,
30
for the free
frequencies.
trial, 10.
Oh yeah, for the free trial, no, just 2.
I think
But it will
4.
include all chakra balancing, so they will feel it.
Yeah, I think.
Like,
Okay, so it doesn't come up. You searched my channel. Okay, just DM my Instagram, Abi Energy, and I will send you the link. Okay, my dear. And please support that page. We're starting from the ground up. In the new year, we're gonna have a free trial, 10 days. If you like it, it's $1 a day. And then eventually, because these machines are quite expensive, this one was around $4,000. And then eventually that money that I earn, I want to get a machine that you can put up 100 people at once. And so, yeah, right now it's kind of like a radio station. You just broadcast. Horrible connection here. Is it better now? Is the connection better? Is the connection good? Yes, no, maybe so. It's good. I love your dog. I love your dog. It looks so cute. Dogs also have a soul tied to us. So if you live in an area on daylight savings, you recommend a red. I recommend also a sun lamp. Don't. So red light you can shine on your thyroid. You can shine it on your sinus. You can shine it on your scalp. That is more for healing things. But if you live in somewhere like Seattle, I used to live in Vancouver, where you wake up and it's gray. Get yourself a sun lamp. You just type in sun lamp and you would turn that on in the morning, and that would help you feel like, wow, it's sunny out. And your light environment really has an effect on you. Like the last few days it was raining here, and I just would wake up and had no motivation. How many people here when it rain, but you don't want to be in front of the sun lamp. You don't want to shine that onto your skin. You just want it in the environment. Red light you can shine, sun lamp you just have. How many people here when it's gray and gloomy, it just affects them. Their energy's off. Really, you thrive in rain? I just don't like it. So I don't have a lot of formal education in POTS. And I know that it can be very individual for some people. Like some people do good on some supplements, whereas other people may have a flare up. But I would say, have a food diary, try to do paleo, try to drink that red onion tea every day. You buy red onions, you wash it. The peel is where they will have the most quercetin. You would want to drink that. That will bring down some of the histamines. Now that can happen, POTS, MCAS, sometimes it happens after long somebody got the flu, you know which flu I'm talking about, and it just triggered something in their body. But I would probably, there are a few specialists, and I don't feel comfortable because I don't have a lot of formal education in that. POTS is sometimes when your blood pressure drops too low, too fast. You wake up and you're like dizzy. It started happening a lot more after 2020. Is that when it happened for you too? Okay. I've been a fan for years, way back to New York, but that transmission now is so disruptive. Okay. I see far near. I want that sunlight. I mean, I don't look into the sun, but lutein, and I'm gonna tell you. It's too many for the Wi-Fi.
no, it's all good.
What?
Needs to.
Okay, 1 second. Should we be wearing an SPF? Absolutely. The sun does cause photo aging. So here's the thing. I don't wear sunscreen on my body, but I don't really show my body a lot. But even if I want to get a little bit of sun, I don't wear, but you do want to wear sunscreen on your face if you want to prevent age and premature, and you want to look for a mineral sunscreen. So I use it on my hands and on my face. Yeah, the sun does cause premature aging. You know, anything, it's good and bad, and it can cause for some people sunspots, especially if you have a little bit of hormonal imbalance. So after I was pregnant, I had a lot of estrogen and I got melasma. And ever since then, if I'm in the sun for too long, I sometimes get a flare up. If you reach out to my Instagram, my love, when you're done with this live, I will look up the lady. Give me a day or two, and I can redirect you to her. And she is a specialist in POTS. That's all she takes on is POTS clients. She's a specialist in there. You know, see if you resonate with her, because that's important. If you resonate with the person. Yeah, I found an SPF cream, not in the US, but it was, whenever you're looking for an SPF cream, look for one with furic acid. I think you're better off finding a Korean brand. They would have furic acid is spelled, let me just let you know how it's spelled. There, okay? Can you talk about seeing your ex? People say it still hurts. I felt. Um, it depends if you have lingering feelings for them. It's always gonna hurt. You shared a deep connection with this person. You shared some of your life with this person. And if you think about it, most of us at the most will get 75 summers. Let that sink in. So if you're with somebody for 5 or more years, it's not that it's just a part of you that passed away and is no longer there. Um, Sometimes that can be painful because it's a part of you that has now, it's in a different timeline. Now, if you're still thinking about them constantly, then maybe you haven't gotten over them. And maybe that is something you have to ask yourself, why is that? And maybe do some cord cutting exercises. If I were to see my ex, I think I would feel fine. But there is going to always be like, yeah, there's nostalgia sometimes. There's, you shared, as a human being, we shared, life is not that long on this earth. So when you share 5 or more years with somebody, it's a big deal. Vitamin C is important. Definitely vitamin C. You can get it in whole food base. I'm not a huge fan of absorbic acid. Vitamin C is whole food. There's different molecular structures of vitamin C. I would say both are good, but I prefer to get my vitamin C from cherries in powder form. How did you find people? I feel so alone in this part of life. I have, I feel like people who, for instance, how many people resonate with this? How many people here are always seeking? They're seekers, they're asking for questions, they're seeking knowledge spiritually, physically, emotionally. And they do find that they don't connect with a lot of people because a lot of people are not spiritually awake. It is just a fact of life. They're in the 3D, they're eating their junk food, they're connected to fear energy, they're not taking care of their body. So it's very hard to connect with somebody when you're not on the same wavelength. How many people, yeah. So if you're asking me if I have friends, I don't. I had two dear friends. When I say dear friends, friendships that were 13 years long. And when 2020 happened, I was on my holistic journey trying to find answers. First it started with finding God, and then from God I was like, I need to, and I feel emotionally connected spiritually, but my physical body is tired, it's broken down, it's inflamed. So then I asked God to like help direct me. And that started in 2017. And I could feel like slowly I was no longer really resonating with my two dear friends that I had for 13 years. The things that we enjoyed doing before, I just wasn't. And then 2020 happened, and a lot of people were in fear base. I was not. I know, I'm sorry. I just wasn't. I wasn't scared. I took that opportunity. You know, I thought it was beautiful that you could stay home. They didn't understand why I wasn't scared, I told them this is going to be a global reset. It's actually a positive thing. You know, yes, it's sadly that some people may pass away, but it will be a reset, and us humans need that. And she just couldn't understand why I wasn't freaked out like her, and so we just stopped talking. Nothing. There was no fight. There was nothing. We weren't on the same wavelength. We weren't. And then I met my husband in 2020. We were actually friends for 2 years before we met in person, and we decided that we love each other. Uh, and when he met me, he too was also searching, seeking, and he lost a lot of people in his life that he used to be on the same wavelength. He didn't enjoy going out. He didn't enjoy doing drinking. He didn't enjoy those things. And he was meditating and praying and trying to learn how to eat better. So he found my page. So it's hard to find a true, and I do have a
I
dear.
was actually looking for spirituality related videos,
Oh, okay.
and that's how you popped up on my FYP.
So, did your bracelet help? I think it was a combination. Yes, the bracelet helped. So, it's not going to change your life. Scalar energy can help lighten your auric field, your shadow. Imagine having a shadow and just having a lot of people's energy stuck, fear, doubt. And so when you take scalar, it goes in and it cleans it out. It doesn't really physically change you, but you can tune into those energies, and then you can, if you're open to them, they can help you change. I hope I explained that on a. So yes, I do have these. I don't have this on my website. This one, I don't have a carnelian. I have quartz. I have onyx, but this one I have a few fertility in there. I have a few other things. So yes, those I did start manipulating energy in 2020 with. So I want you to understand, like, is this sacrilegious? Because a lot of us here do have a strong relationship with the Lord. And I remember when I was being trained by one of my mentors, and he said, you know, energy is energy. There's good energy, there's bad energy. You can take a beautiful and make a beautiful salad and share it with the world, or you can take that and hurt somebody with it. He's like, if you wanted to broadcast the Bible to yourself and feel the Word of God, you could do so. It's just a machine, and you can decide what to do with it. Do you want to and there's different energy, and of course, sometimes we live in a world where we're surrounded by a lot of weird foreign energy. What do you think EMF is? EMF, everything they spray in the air, all these things, like they keep your nervous system on hijack. Is it right to wear? I wear mine. I mean, I don't like to take mine off. You know, I might. What do you think about ayahuasca? So, you know, I think it's fascinating. I asked my mentor about it, and she told me there's a few things that can happen. It can definitely help you, or you are opening yourself up to entities. And that's why some people have a bad experience. And whatever's in your, let's say you do have entities attached to you, So some people have a great experience and some people do not. So I don't think maybe if I was in a place with my husband, I would do it if we were in in the mountains. But right now, I don't feel
We did
called.
the shrooms.
We have done psilocybin. Yes, we have done psilocybin. Any tips for choosing a career? What are you passionate about? Are you passionate about baking? Are you passionate about helping? Are you passionate about fashion? So, what are you passionate about? So, do we have one for EMF to protect the EMF
Yeah.
on our website right now?
Wait, which one has that? One of the.
Can you chat and just ask what ginger tea? My throat's getting a
Oh,
little.
yeah.
I would look into a shegnite crystal. That's what the Russians use. I know that the Russians are very, very smart and advanced in these things. Actually, the Russians, they use scalar energy on their farm. And most of these machines, and it was picked up by the Russians again, the Germans and the Russians, and they're just very smart. So they actually use a lot of shegnite. So I would go on to Esty and maybe see if there's like some shegnite you can wear. I know if you live in a city, it can be very hard, especially in the US, because it's a lot of Wi-Fi. Is there any? Yes, so if you have a lot of, let's say, mercury, and if you have more heavy metals, you may be more sensitive. Or it's the opposite. If you don't have any inflammation, you may be more sensitive. So if you grew up eating a lot of tuna, or you have silver amalgam fillings, or your mother had silver amalgam fillings, aluminum and mercury, if you have more of that in your body, you're definitely more conductive. I was very sensitive because I have titanium implants in my mouth. My teeth fell out of my mouth in my 20s. So I had a rough childhood and didn't eat the best diet. So I have, I think, 7 titanium implants in my mouth. And that makes me, so where I'm living right now, one of the reasons I'm living here is because we don't have that technology. And maybe that's why the Wi-Fi isn't that great, but it's something that I'm okay with. I feel like your frequency machine could aid in fertility. Yeah, so we just started. You think that I have a machine, I would be using it, but the reality was we were living in the mountains. We didn't have our machine. We just moved here a month ago. We were just unpacking, and then this whole like Insta thing happened. And then I told my husband, I was like, let's get the machine out. Somebody, they emailed you back.
About?
I don't know, check it out.
Oh.
Meta support emailed you back.
Let me check.
How long until my Shilajit comes? We are in stock, so if you're in the US, 5 days, a week, I would say. Have you heard of lithium orthortate? I heard it helps balance mood. It's definitely great for people who have bipolar, but you have to be a little cautious because, again, when you're taking minerals in solitude form, you can undo other ratios. But let's say it's definitely very helpful for I would say never take something like in solid form more than 90 days. Now, magnesium is a little different because we use a lot of magnesium for so many different functions in the body. Wait, titanium affects emotional feel. Titanium is it's one of the elements like steel, titanium. It's not the greatest thing to have in your body. You'd want your real teeth, but it can be conductive to EMF for sure. It's a metal in your body. You need mineral. So whenever you're trying to get heavy metals out, you need a replacement part, right? On the periodic table, calcium and lead were right underneath each other. Why is that? Because they had the same molecular structure. So whenever you are taking out, you need to replace back in, or your body will end up picking up whatever it has in its environment. We need minerals, whether we get the heavy metal form of minerals, which are still an element on the periodic table, or whether we get the preferred one, your body will pick up something to help it function along. Do you have any grays? I have a lot of grays. I started going gray at a very young age. I was 11. And I believe I know, I don't believe, I had a lot of signs that I was zinc and copper deficient. The signs were there. I had a lot of stretch marks on my skin. My skin was a little loose when zinc and copper help with skin integrity. And when I got pregnant, I didn't get any starts because I was taking minerals for many years. So I had no stretch marks. But growing up, like certain things on my body, they didn't, so I had a lot of the signs of being minerally deficient. Yes. Oh, so if you're gonna do copper, you always need a little bit of zinc. I get mine from Shilajit and beef liver, so I don't feel the need to take them in isolation form, but that is one way you can definitely take it. I've never brought this up, anything about scalar to you before. This was meant to be, spirit guides us in different ways. Spirit guides us in different ways, and sometimes that's through a creator, sometimes it's through a sign, sometimes it's through a video. But when you ask the universe to show you signs, they will take together. You always want to take together. So do they go away? They do. Well, they do. They did for me. But I'm also dry brushing and stimulating that zinc. Wait, there's copper and zinc in Shilajit? Yes, there is. It has all of the trace minerals, but if you have gray hair, I would just add a little bit more, so you could do the Hoshu Wu and the beef liver and eat black sesame seeds. I'm gonna go get my Shilajit. Let's go get a tea. One second. We're gonna go get a tea, and I just need to blow my nose a little bit. Okay, let's go get a tea, because I need my nasal still a little stuff. It keeps cutting out. Is Shilajit help with anti-aging? Yes, there's studies that say women that were taking it had more collagen production. It definitely helps with carb. So your body runs off of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, right? Where do we get carbon? We're supposed to get carbon through our food and our meat. But if the cows aren't eating, basically plant carb compounds is where you get your carbon. Oxygen, you're supposed to be getting fresh air. And hydrogen, you're supposed to be getting through your water if you're drinking spring water. So for me, even though I'm trying to eat healthy, I know the soils are depleted. We know that. We know with all the new farming practices, the soils, the pesticides, the fungicides, the herbicides, all the sides. The food tastes off. It has no seeds. It's not normal for you to buy an apple and it doesn't go brown for weeks at a time. There's nothing normal about that, okay? One of the reasons I decided to move was because of the food. I may come back because I feel like things are changing. I will watch from a distance and see if, RFK is now in charge of the food. Let's see if there's a change. We'll see. But nothing is normal about you buying fruits and vegetable and it not going bad. That is not, so I will forever take Shilajit because we live in a world where unless I'm growing my own food and replenishing the soils, I can't really rely on how long did it take for you to get it? So it took 3 years. I was just eating right, taking my minerals, dry brushing, getting in the sauna. I didn't have a child at the time, so all my pain went into helping myself. And just one day I looked and I didn't really have that many. I mean, they're still there, but they're very faint. Where do you buy? I sell my own Shilajit. That's one of the reasons I moved to be close to the Himalayas. Ours is grade A, zero heavy metals, and it's not diluted, watered down. That is very important. A lot of what you see that when they put their spoon in there and it's like caramel, that is heavily, heavily diluted with water. And they say it's pure. It is not pure. That is not pure. Is there any problem not answering my question? I don't see it, my dear. Either TikTok is not allowing me. What is Shilajit good for? Oh, okay. Is it okay if I'm not noticing any difference or detox effects with Shilajit? I'm 23 for reference. How long have you been on it? And are you taking ZOR? Shilajit, the studies are there for low libido. The studies are there for chronic fatigue syndrome. So if you're always tired, the studies are there for osteoporosis. The studies are there for endurance. So they would get to athletes and they had more endurance. So you basically take it just to have more energy. It's like a multivitamin from the mountaintops where man has not corrupted. I always call it God's pharmacy. Where do you, so how many, I have my own brand that I've been selling now for 8 years. Before anybody really knew what Shilajit was, I've been taking it for 10 years. And it's on our website, but anybody on here taking ZOR Shilajit, anybody on here taking our brand, and if you can be really transparent, there's like a fly, let me just get it. Oh my God. Oh. Okay, anybody on here taking ZOR Shilajit? I need recommendations, suggestion for vitiligo skin condition. That Arzo, are you Pakistani descent?
Yeah, it's Arzu.
Just ordered shoot. Yay! Is there a discount? Yes, everybody on here can use code Abi Energy 10. ABI Energy 10. It's wonderful. My nails are growing. Yes, mine are too. This was when I moved. I broke. It was a tough move, but this hand is still, it's thriving. This hand in the move, because I'm right-handed. Is it really good for anemia? Yes, and I can tell you that I used to be chronic anemia. I mean, getting bags and bags of transfusions, and I haven't had to do that. Anybody else? Yes, I love ZOR. Anybody else notice that they no longer have anemia? Could you please share with Mayhem? Yes, not really, not really noticing anything. Carly, how long have you been on it? And are you taking ZOR? And how long have you been on it? Lots of energy. And how much are you taking, my dear? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How long have you been on it, my dear? Yes, I had anemia. That is wonderful. And you no longer have anemia. I'm about to take mine. This is what it looks like. Pea size is what I take. Carly, how much are you taking? Are you taking pea size or less? It gave me a huge difference. I'm still on it. I just took one and I see a difference. Are you taking ZOR? Are you taking ZOR? Are you taking ZOR, my dear? Okay, I'm gonna take mine. This is what it looks like. If you rice grain, I will say a week pea size. Okay, you've been on it for a week and you're doing pea size, or you've been taking it longer than a week? Yay, and you like it. I'm so happy. That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna take mine. I'm just gonna roll it. Now, if you were on a budget, you could take this out, cut it in half, add it to a little like cosmetic jar. Always save your glass cosmetic jars. Uh, right here. Okay. Then you could add, if you're on a budget, it won't be as potent. You could add half of it to it, add a tablespoon or two of water, and then you would get that watered down thing that everybody sells. What is ZOR? ZOR is my Shilajit. It's my brand. It's Shilajit. I bought a bunch and shared it with many friends. That is amazing. 1 second. I could use a good humic full. Will I order from you now? Ours is 90% fulvic and humic acid. Mr. McDaniels. I don't know if you're still on here. So you want me to talk a little bit about Shilajit? I will let you know. Yes, I've taken it for a week in the morning. Okay, it's a week is still very early. With anything, it took me 3 months. I know that sounds like a long time, but I want you to understand something, Carly. I had chronic anemia, a lot of trauma, physical, mental, emotional. So I didn't really feel anything for 3 months. With anything, sometimes 90 days. Like I take these, I'm taking this for my fertility. It's NAC. I put it in water. It wasn't until 90 days my period started to get a lot better. So sometimes I'm very slow responding. Give it a little bit of time, and I want you to keep me posted, okay? Reach out on Instagram on the new account and just let me know how you're feeling. And if you do start detoxing, let me know. I will guide you through it as well. I'm going to take it right now. I will be restocking soon. Every time you explain something, it lags. Can you please, yes, pin the discount code? I will right now. Abi Energy 10 and pin this comment. And I think I pin this comment. Okay. Hi. So Shilajit is one of the oldest herbs known to mankind. It's Ayurvedic. How it was discovered by man was monkeys used to go up on the mountaintops and eat it, and monkeys and men have very similar diets. They like fruit, vegetables. So when they started taking it, they noticed that they had more energy, they had better libido, they had better stamina. So they called it destroyer of weakness. That is the name of it in Sanskrit, destroyer of weakness. Now, Shilajit will grow on any mountaintop that is 10,000 feet above elevation. That would be the Rocky Mountains. That would be the Himalayas, the Siberia Mountains. I believe even Utah. I don't know what mountain that is. But in the US, there's laws and regulations. You can't just send men up there and get Shilajit, right? I believe these mountains are, I don't know, they're secured or something. So most of the Shilajit you see today either comes from the Himalayas or Siberia. And within that, it's basically the heat from the earth, the mountain's crust, like brings up, and these plant matter, it just heats up this old plant matter, lava, plant matter, rocks, and it oozes out of rocks. And within it is going to be fulvic and humic acid, plus most of your minerals: iron, calcium, boron, selenium, phosphorus. So what is fulvic and humic acid? These are carbon compounds, right? The body runs off carbon. We are supposed to get carbon in our plants. carbon are what encase the nutrients and feed it through the soil to the plants. So that's where we get our vitamins, right? We know vitamins are important for us. We walk into a store and we see them being sold to us, right? We see that. If we were living the way God intended us to live, and we were growing our own food and replenishing the soil, and we weren't polluting the world, and the sun was a lot healthier, and we had better air and water, we wouldn't really need to rely on any supplements. But that is not the world we live in today. We are indoors most of our lifetime. This is a sad fact. We're indoors, we're getting shitty air, we're getting shitty light, we're getting shitty water, and we're pretty much eating shitty food. Now, the human body will adapt because that's what we're good at. We can adapt in anything. We can adapt in a war. We know how to adapt. But will we be thriving is a story. No, we will not be thriving. And you can see that as a society, we are breaking down younger and faster than ever. A lot of the things these kids have did not exist when I grew up in the 80s. Nobody in my classroom had allergies. And I'm sure if you take it back even 20 years before that, because these farming practices started in the 50s, but they really started gearing up in the late 80s, 90s. That's when it like really took over. And if we want to talk about politics, I mean, it really started with Reagan. And that's when basically the corporations became bigger and bigger. But we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. But that's when it really geared up to a whole different level. And we're in a world today now where we have seedless fruits that never go brown. Like buy a fruit, it looks shiny and it will never degrade. What is that? What is that? Not normal. And so we then rely on caffeine. Let's take it back to the 80s again. When I grew up in the 90s, there were rarely any coffee shop. And now you have coffee shop on every single corner, if not sometimes 2 or 3 coffee shops on the same block, especially if you live in cities like New York, where again, you are constantly indoors in front of a screen. You're just pumping yourself up with caffeine. Then your adrenal glands give out, your powerhouse, then your kidneys give out, and you got bags under your eyes, your hair's graying, you got the bloat, you're feeling tired, and you're like, what's going on? You're questioning, when reality is like are so disconnected from God and nature that you're asking, really, that one vacation might be a little helpful, but it's not going to undo the years and years. So here are some tips, and most of them are free. First thing when you wake up in the morning, be grateful you are here for another day. A lot of people don't get to be here for another day to even complain about the problems you have. That which, by the way, this too shall pass. Whatever you're dealing with, I want you to close your eyes and tell yourself, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Whatever you're going through, this too shall pass. Okay? I want you not to go to your phone. Do not go to your phone. If you want to go to your phone just to play a meditation, then go ahead and do that. But do not go to your email. Do not go to your phone. You're going to wake up. You're going to open up your windows to get some fresh air inside your home. I have plants on my floor. By the way, you see, I'm going to get more plants, but I like to have plants that can filter out the air a little bit, even though I do have, because I used to live in mold. We have an air filter. Then you're going to get outside and you're just going to move your body. Move your body. You can do the Big 6 by Dr. Nicholas. He's on YouTube. Just type in the Big 6. You would do that, because your lymph moves. I'm just drinking ginger tea, my love. I'm drinking ginger tea, chopped up fresh ginger with some Chinese red dates it helps your skin glow. Then you're just going to take a deep breath. Thank God, thank the universe, whatever it is. Take a moment, ask yourself, what can I do today to help you feel good? See what your body wants. Maybe it's calling a friend. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it's going for a swim. Maybe it's taking a long shower where you're singing. Maybe it's taking a nap. See what your body wants from you. That little girl or boy inside of you. What are they yearning for? How can you reconnect to yourself? Okay? And then I would say diet does matter. So if you are on a crunch and you don't know where to start, just look up paleo crock pot recipes. Paleo crock pot recipes. Depression from grieving. What are you grieving, my love? I am not vegetarian. I do get access to good quality meat. The meat that I get is farm raised. The cows are happy roaming around in the sun. Uh, death is so hard because they're no longer here with us physically, and no matter where you travel, you can never see them again. You can't ask them to come to your dream. I've asked loved ones to come to my dream, and they do come. But I would say look into GABA. Ginseng is nice. Adaptogenic mushrooms. Uh, I no matter the pain is always going to be there. The pain is part of you. That pain is a love that you felt that is now turned to pain. That is normal. You just don't want the pain to overcome you. There's love, there's pain. And I would say whenever you close your eyes and just speak to them, ask them to give you a sign that they're there for you. And when you get those signs, just know that you will meet again. We all will pass on. We might meet them in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40, 50 years, but our souls do meet. And when we pass on, they say that our loved ones are actually waiting for us. I would say just ask for signs. Ask your mom, give me a sign that you're there and you're with me. And you will get a sign, and that sign will help you move along. It will help you get through knowing that they're always with you. They might not be physically there, but if you close your eyes, they're around you. And it's hard. I still have my parents, and I'm so great. I know I'm very lucky to say that. I am in my 40s and I have both my parents. I know that is an honor. But I also know, I've mentally prepared myself because my dad is in his late 70s, and I think it's something sometimes you just need to sometimes think about, so it's not a huge shock to your system. I'm about to take my Shilajit. I saw a few of you guys bought. Welcome to the club. Everybody that buys Shilajit will get an email with our WhatsApp channel. Over there, I will be putting recipes. And as always, I always answer my DMs on Instagram. I'm very active. It's a new account. We're starting from ground up. But if we can say a prayer that I get through somebody and get my account back, that would be grateful. Because yes, I am a little upset about it now because it's a little ridiculous. I did have Robert F. Kennedy following me. That is a huge, huge deal. Are you going to have a sale? Would you guys like a Black Friday sale? Would you like a Black Friday sale? Let me know. And your wishes by command. Am I Indian? I am not. I am Kurdish. We don't have a country. Yes. Okay. RFK was following me. No, luckily I can afford an attorney. I would rather not give my money to. So I made a deal with God. I do talk to God. I was like, Lord, if it has to come down to me get an attorney, I will, I can do that. But I'd rather give that money to somebody in need. And there's a woman that has a son who has cerebral palsy. He was born normal, but when during birth, I think the doctor twisted him the wrong way, or sometimes these things happen. So as a result, the kid needs constant physical therapy, and physical therapy is too expensive for them. So she asked me specifically, if I could get her my husband, we could get her the physical therapy, there's like a device that you put the person in. And it would probably be around the same cost of hiring an attorney. So I would rather give that money's an energy, to her. So I asked the Lord, I was like, if you can make this happen without hiring an attorney, that is a sign that you've been listening to me. And I promise you, I will go there and deliver the device myself. I will have to buy it online. I don't even know where to get this device. But it will make her life easier. It will make her son's life easier. And I think she's way deserving than an attorney. But I am leaving the ball in your court. So sometimes you have to, play around. That is amazing. That is amazing. I just hope, surviving the storm, just make sure, have them look into my church called the Sacred Medical Order Church of Hope. I'm just going to write this down. Because places like that will get shut down, but if he's a member of the church, he is practicing under the sacred. State and church are separate. So he could then practice freely whatever he wants to do with people under this church, and it would be a religious act, and not, because places like that, I'm telling you, they get shut down. Okay, cheers. I'm taking my Shilajit. And my teacher's name is Dr. Charles McWilliams. And you can tell them that I sent you. I believe they think my name is Joanne, not Juan. I don't know why they didn't want to spell my birth name, but I think they have me as Joanne, Joanne. Can you tell me what to do? So my question is, are your bags under your eyes, do they come and go? If they come and go, then that is fluid. If that is fluid, you can start behind your ear, and you can break, and then it would take a month. If they don't come and go, your bags, and your mother had bags, it might be hereditary, and it might be fat that's dispositioned. And when that happens, the reality is you can get surgery. But if it's something, you have bags when you wake up, and then throughout the day they go away, that is lymph, that is fluid. They don't. No, they don't. After I lost my father, I got it. And you never had filler under your eyes? You never had any? So when you say they're there all day long. They're there all day long. Did anybody in your family ever have because you could try to do that, but if it's fat, that is a little different. That you would have to, that's just, I don't know how old are you, but as we age, everything, gravity, I know it's awful, but gravity pulls it down. So sometimes we have fat pads here, and they come down, and this skin is very weak. This is weak, and this is it's the thinnest part of the face. This and this, very thin. So if it's fat, then there's not much you can do. I know it sounds awful. I had surgery done for $600 in Pakistan. I chose an American doctor. Why did I do surgery? I had filler for many years. That filler, after I lived in mold, it never dissolved. And so I got the bags. And all he did was, the surgery was 20 minutes. That same surgery in the US is like 5,000. and I think I paid $600. It was a great decision. I'm very happy with the results. Trust me, I tried to do for, the massage and this and that. It didn't really help. So then I was like, you know what, just let me do the surgery. Possibly Black Friday early sales. You know what? Let's get my husband in here because Altaf, can we do a early Black Friday sale? They would like one right now.
Oh, like right now?
Yeah, is it take too long?
No,
Huh?
no.
Okay. All right, when we're done with this live, he should have it up, the Black Friday sales.
No, I can just do it now.
He's doing it right now? What did Meta say?
They said that they will call you.
They're gonna call us.
Yeah.
Amen. Well, I told you, did I tell you what I said? I had a talk with God, and I was like, I really would not want to give my money to an attorney. That if it happens, we have to go to your aunt's house, the one with the kid who has cerebral palsy. Remember?
She's not my aunt, she's my cousin.
Remember we promised her we would get her that, and we never did that?
No, not because we just didn't have,
Because we didn't
Actually,
have the
they were
time.
not clear over what they wanted.
Okay, well then call her when this happens and ask her, what is the device you want?
Okay.
Send us the link and we'll get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, I'm just going to get it up in like 2 minutes.
Okay, it's going to take him 2 minutes. We will do that. Is it still lagging? Is it lagging or it's glitching? Is it better now? Is it better now? Is it better? Lisa Holmes is watching. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Okay, happy holiday sales. When is some people, are you still on here, Wags for Two Whiskers? Somebody's asking if they can give Shilajit to their cats and dogs. I used to have a cat. I didn't give him Shilajit because I didn't know about it at the time. I don't have any pets. I have had clients give it to their pets. I heard you could. I don't know much about it. I do know that some people I have a customer that loves to give it to her cats. She says her cats thrive on it. But me personally, I have not done it. And I don't know of any studies showing, some of the studies were done on animals. Anybody on here, did you guys ever give Shilajit to your pets? Because Wags to Whiskers would like to know. Okay, is the internet good? Is the internet good? Okay, this is huge. Are you still on here, Wags for Two Whiskers? Due to poor your broadcasting, consider moving to a better signal area. Okay, let's move to a different area and see if it works. Let's move to a different area. My eyebrows, I need to just like brush them out. Okay. In and out. Connection. Okay, since you read the comment about sale, let's stop. My husband's gonna set it up right now. And by the time we're done on this live, the sale will be up and running, Black Friday sale. I hope this helps you all. When is Thanksgiving? When is Thanksgiving? Is it coming up? When is Thanksgiving?
It's Black Friday 2024, 20% off on everything.
Okay. It's Black Friday, 20% off on everything, okay? So please, can you guys hear me? Black Friday on our website,
Black Friday 2024.
Black Friday is the code?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. All right. The code is Black Friday 2024. The code for 20% on everything is Black Friday 2024. Let me just write this down. Yay, Black Friday 2024. Altaf, right? Black Friday? Let me just make sure. It starts anytime. Altaf, what is it? Black Friday? It starts anytime right now. 2024. Can you all see if that works? Code for Black Friday 2024. Okay, that's the code. Yay! Okay, great. That's the code. That's the code. It's 55 for 55 servings, my love. If you're doing a rice grain amount, that will be, we always suggest that you start with a rice grain amount because it's very powerful. If there's no detox symptoms, you can slowly go up to a pea size. That would be a 4-month serving, 3 to 4 months. If 55, if you're doing a pea size, it's going to be around 60 servings, 55 to 60. So it's 55 and you get 20% off. But again, when I said if you're on a budget, a tight budget, what you can do is, because we don't dilute ours down, let me show you. You can certainly, if you're on a tight budget and you wanted it to last for 6 months, it won't be as potent, but it will be as what most people sell. You could get half of it, chop it, transfer it to a little glass jar, add a tablespoon of water, let it sit, and then you get that caramel paste that everybody sells and says it's pure. And then you could have it for 6-7 months if that's what you would want, but you can't roll it into a pill ball form and it won't be as potent. But that's what a lot of companies sell, and it's most of what you see on the market is grade C. There's a grade A, grade B, grade C. The lower, it's on our website, www.abienergy22.com. Abby is my last name, energy, because everything in the world starts with energy. And 22 is just a number that is close to my heart. How many people, could you guys please share everything you're feeling on it? Be transparent. Please share with Living Life Fully what you're feeling on it, the good, the bad, if you had any detox symptoms, if you're feeling anything positive. Could you please share for the new people trying Shilajit for the first time and giving their body more energy? You know, I believe you will start to have better dreams. How many people here feel like they have more vivid dreams? Because it does decalcify. We're going to woo land, but it helps with your spiritual. I'll show you. We're not just a physical being, but that is what connects to God, a higher conscience. And a lot of people, that is shrinked and calcified. That is shrinked and calcified because of things they're putting in the air, in the food, in the water, and we can't really talk about those things. Jesus had it as well, right? Jesus was always glowing from his heart, from here. Jesus had that light. It was radiating from him. He had that light so much that he could make the blind see again. That's how much light he had. He was just an open vessel from source, from God. Bahar, explain what it is. It's bee pollen. Bee pollen is basically comes from bees. It's what, when bees go on to different flowers, they collect nectar and it goes on the back of their wing. And within that nectar are a lot of enzymes and protein and B vitamins. So it's just a superfood. I add it to my smoothies, or I add it to your parfait. You can do a little bit to your yogurt. So that's what bee pollen is. It's just a superfood. Can you share the book? The book is called Sacred Mirrors. It's just a book about the human body on the inside, right? Everything is connected. Each and every nerve is connected. We are electric beings. And when you start to take, I see ZOR's, yes, ZOR's the Shilajit. When you start to connect to sunlight, you're eating foods from the earth, more plants, more, no, Shilajit helps with decals. Bee pollen is just a superfood. It's just a superfood. You get more cellular energy when you ground and you connect your feet to the earth. When you hug a tree, when you're out in nature, you're getting more of those electrons. And we are electric beings. If not, they couldn't hook you up to an EKG. You having a pulse is an electric being. What happened? Oh, here it is. There you go. So you can't, I mean, it's not the greatest tasting thing. Anything really good for you is, yay. Most people, I'm actually Canadian. I was born in Windsor, Ontario. I think only if you were from Canada could you say I was born in Windsor. But I grew up most of my adult, I moved to the United States of America when I was 11. Yeah, it does. But so I don't talk about a lot of these things on here. Again, I'm learning that it's not my platform. We got to be a little. But on the What's Up channel, we can go right ahead, you know. But I want to have a private group within that where because first I was trying to like communicate, and my husband's like, they can't respond to you, and I was like, what? So I will have people who want to be on a more private channel, and that's where we can just have like a private group and talk about these things. Not see where to enter the when you sign out, where I don't know. I think when you check out. Altaf, where do you enter the code? Altaf, where do you enter the code? This ginger is on a kick. If you are stuffy, ginger will help you. It will definitely. Sending love from Detroit. Anything to help with brain fog. Ginseng is wonderful. Adaptogenic mushrooms. So you just type in adaptogenic mushrooms and Shilajit. Ginseng, Shilajit, and lion's mane. Lion's mane, ginseng, and Shilajit. And drinking fresh. So you buy ginger, you chop it up, and you adaptogenic, ADOP. Sorry, I'm dyslexic, so I have to. ADOP, adapt, TAGENIC, adaptogenic. And yeah, you can look into, hold on, let me respond to you. How do you respond? I don't even know how to do that. You can look into ZOR, ZOR. Our Shilajit's on sale. This is what it looks like. We don't dilute it down. I just took some, so I'm not going to take any right now. And you just roll a little bit into a pill ball. And you would take a tiny bit. That's a lot. You will start detoxing. You would take half of that. We're actually right now on TikTok, and adaptogen. We're on TikTok and we have a lot of our customers on there talking about their experience. But what's your name? And then you can dissolve it in your beverage of choice or just take it like a pill. After I remove my gallbladder, I have real weird sensations, mild pain after removal. So your gallbladder's job, I really dislike when doctors do that, but so your liver makes bile, right? Journey, think of, you need bile. Bile helps you emulsify fats. Bile helps fats are important for your hormone production. So your liver would make bile, your gallbladder would store it. Okay? Um, and you need fiber. That's why they keep saying fiber, fiber. We know, but why is fiber so important? Because fiber binds to that bile and helps you release it, and then that binds to all the impurities, and it just helps you get it out, extract the good stuff, and then get rid of the other stuff. So when you no longer have a gallbladder, that your body's not making as much bile, because intuitively your body's very wise, right? It makes a baby, it can make 5-6 babies at once. We know that it's very wise. So you might not be making as much bile, and that is very important. You can now, if you don't have a gallbladder, you will want to look into taking ox bile. It's a supplement with your meals for the rest of your life. I know that sounds overwhelming, but it's very important. The other thing that you can do is go to YouTube. There's a channel there called Human Garage. And there's a, my hands are a little dirty, but you basically do this maneuver to help release that fascia. And the other thing, I'm Brittany. Hi, Brittany. Nice to meet you. I'm Juan, spelled Juan, like Juan, and my last name is Abi. And I'm on all platforms, Abi Energy 22. And if you ever want to chat with me, I'm very active in my DMs on Instagram. If you go, it's going to be a very small count because they took away my other old one. So I'm starting from the ground up. But it's going to be me. I feel so much group energy here. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love my community. We are all here. We don't judge each other on race, color, religion. We're all here. We've all had a lot of pain in our life because we were so loving and we were so giving. And I think it started, and let me know if this resonates. I think we were born into families that had a lot of generational trauma, and we came in wanting love. We didn't really get that, so we searched for it in other places, and as a result, we sometimes got hurt. But we're waking up and learning that most of the love we need is within us and God and nature, and filling our own cup. And when we fill our own cup, we can then help fill other people's cup. But it starts with us. And that was a long journey, but we're here, and we're excited and we're ready. Bye. Oh, Cinderella, thank you so much. But I always say that if you want to, if you're on a strict budget, you can certainly take this and make 2 containers that everybody sells, that watered down stuff. You can certainly do that, and you're getting 0 heavy metals. That option is there. Basically, that's all they do is you would take a little glass container, put half of it in there, store the other half, put a tablespoon or 2 of water, and you would come back in an hour and get that caramel stuff. So that option is there too. I know sometimes it's we have to be on a budget. So why am I having this weird feeling after surgery? The other thing is, I don't know your doctor. Sometimes doctors do go in and they cut a little too much off. That's happened. I had to have a surgery for endometriosis, and the doctor left me scarred. I was bleeding for a year straight. Not fun. But the other emotional aspect is sometimes your body remembers there was an organ there. How many people, and it just kind of like there's still that sensation and it may go away. How many people here have heard about when people donate their organs, uh, and the person, there's a story. Have you guys ever heard of this? There was a girl that was uh, and her family decided to donate her heart. And the guy who got her heart, or the woman, um, kept having dreams of the person who did it, and he was able to solve the case because your organs hold emotion and memory. It could, that's the most extreme form, but I think it's just a new surgery. You're still healing, that it will take time. I hope there is a Black Friday. You have to use code Abby. You have to use code Black Friday 2024. It is. There's a lot of stories like that. I should do a video on it. It's very fascinating because our organs, we're just atoms and protons and neutrons, and everything holds energy. And so yeah, there have been people who they get a new organ and then all of a sudden they start craving the food that that person that once had that organ was craving, or they start, their likes change. It's very fascinating. Low blood sugar, PCOS. Uh, so you keep ZOR in the fridge. I do. It's just easier to maneuver, but see what works. If it's too hard, you can keep it at room temperature. Once it gets, sometimes when it's, I don't have much left, I flatten it and keep that in the freezer and break off a piece. Like when you have a fruit roll up and you were to keep it in the freezer, you could break off a piece. So just see what works for you. As it goes down, you can definitely flatten it like a pancake, keep it in the freezer, and it's easier to just break off a little piece. Low blood sugar, energy in, energy out, it still goes down to your mitochondria dysfunction. Your mitochondria is not taking in the sugar, and that can be from muscle dysregulation. It can be from not enough vadium, indium, not enough inositol, which is in the Krebs cycle. It's part of it. It could be from you're not getting good quality sunlight, you're in front of blue light. I don't know if you're a swimmer. Sometimes people who are in a lot of chlorine water, it happens to them. They get mitochondrial dysfunction. I don't know if you were on a lot of antibiotics, Jamie. These were things I would probably ask you, but these things can affect your mitochondria. But the beauty of the body is you can undo everything. It might take time, but you can undo everything. It takes time and discipline. It takes time and discipline. But the body is very adaptive. It responds, especially when you give it tender, loving care through the foods, through the people, through what you watch even. Yay, Lola. Is it going to be your first time? Sorry, I just need to blow my nose a little. I'm getting better. Yay, Lola. So I want you to reach out on Instagram, and if you have any questions, I'm here for you. And if you detox, you also reach out. I was trying to do a mold detox. I was taking clove and so I think it activated something, and that then turned into, it's just this sinus. It's not this sinus. It turned into like a little viral or a little tiny infection. I'm not going to take antibiotics. So what I'm doing is drinking a lot of ginger, fresh ginger, Larsa, and if you have burdock root, I would add in burdock root. You can go to the local health food store and get you can get burdock root tincture. You want the tincture. And I would get golden seal. These two, I would get these two for sure and start adding that in, and just lots of soups. Like yesterday, I ate a lot and just added fresh onions to your soup. You can do mushroom, bok choy, carrot, just like get, so if you guys are, if you don't have enough time to make soup from scratch, this is an easy recipe. I will put it up on the WhatsApp channel, but I'm going to tell you right now. You can go get the rotisserie chicken from wherever you get rotisserie chicken. Not the greatest form, but you know, get the rotisserie chicken. Then you fill up your pot, and then you add you shred some of that chicken. You can add, then you want to grate some ginger in there just to like help with the flavors. You want to chop up a fresh onion. You want to add in some radish, so some red radish or the long white radish. Your liver love radish. It's high in sulfur. Sulfur helps cleanse out the liver. Then you can just do like bok choy or kale or whatever floats your boat, carrots. You can add a little bit of turmeric, sea salt, coconut aminos for like the soy taste. I always add a little bit of gluten-free noodles, rice noodles. They're just rice noodles that are, and you just bring it and you just make a huge pot. And I had that breakfast, lunch, dinner yesterday. It was delicious. It's like ramen, but you have that broth and you have all those fresh vegetables. It literally took me 10 minutes to make, and I ate that all day long. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It just really helps hit the spot, especially when you're a little bit under the weather. Did I need to subscribe in order to get the discount? No, you can use a code Black Friday. No, Black Friday 2024. Black Friday 2024. I've been using the rose water spray ever since and I love my skin. Yay! There's a lady on TikTok that has herbs called God's Herbs Heal. She has a mold protocol. That is awesome. I haven't heard of her. Unfortunately, I don't get a lot of these creators because their content is not being pushed. Even when you go look. How long is the sale for? We will have it up until Friday or Saturday. Would you guys like it until Friday or Saturday? Is Mrs. Rogers still on here? I don't ever see her content. Do you guys remember Mrs. Rogers? Is she still on here? I don't see her. Is that one, there's a lot of creators I don't see. I was getting I was Black Friday 2024. I haven't seen her content. I did her, yeah. Where is she? I don't see her. Mostly Instagram. Yeah, I thought Instagram. She moved over to Instagram. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was blowing up on Instagram too, and then I got that notification. But by the grace of God, hopefully I get my account back. I think I was growing a little too fast. Yeah, I don't see her. And do you know who else? Remember like 2 years ago, there was a girl here. I just used to watch her for entertainment. I thought she was cute. She had 2 kids and she wouldn't she was vegan. I remember that. And yeah. Well, same thing happened to me on Instagram. I thought it would be, but I would post a lot of content on Instagram that I don't post here, and I'm still going to do that. A lot of the content I will film on here, but I will not post it on here. I will post it to Instagram. On here, I'm just posting stuff that, is what they want, dumbed down and fun. But I was using that account mostly for the other things. I maybe will join X. I'm seeing you because you come from the same motherland north of Iraq. I'm Kurdish. I'm Kurdish. I'm Kurdish. What is good for blood stimulation? Jimmy, that is such a good question. So you want to have good bile, right? Because Your liver makes bile, and you need to support your liver because your blood is filtered through the liver every minute, a liter per minute. That is a lot. So you really want to support the liver, and um, the liver loves bitter herbs. So think of like dandelion root tea. There's a company called Dandy Blend, and it tastes just like coffee. It's delicious. Radishes, onions. Your liver also likes amino acids. So one way I get them is there's a company I get. Code is not working. Love, she's saying the code is not working. Black Friday 2024. So gelatin is great. You can make jello, gummy bears. I don't have time, so I just take it in a shot every night. Now, one way I get really good fiber really fast, Jimmy, is you go to the store and get apple pectin. It's a fiber from apple, and it will basically also feed the good bacteria in your gut. So if your stools are runny or you're constipated, we know that your bile isn't that great, and we need to fix that. And you need fiber. So apple pectin, getting bitters. Your liver loves dandelion root tea. It loves lots of onions, radishes, cabbage. Think of the vegetables that grow in the soil. And Shilajit is great. It will bring more carbon to your blood. Iron is oxygen. So these are the things you really want to look out for. If you have diarrhea, constipation, then you need to start with there first. That's the first foundation. I did enter it, but I didn't see discount order to. Code is not working. 1 second. Yes, maybe that's why I didn't get the discount code. I didn't get that. I didn't get discount. Joe, it's working. I just placed the order. I had to use, oh, one word. Okay. We will refund you the discount amount. Don't worry. Okay, if it didn't work, just reach out to my team and we will refund you, okay? If you guys bought it and it didn't go through, we will refund you the discount. So yeah, we always want to be supporting our liver. That's very, 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 very important. And that is done through the foods that you consume daily. And apple pectin is a cheap, wonderful, fast way. The only thing I'm going to say is with any fiber drink, you have to basically, it gets really thick and that can be a little gross. So you just take it like a shot. It's not something you're drinking for enjoyment. You're just drinking it for health reasons. Thank you. My dress is a traditional Pakistani dress. I'm not from Pakistan. I've never heard of lemon pectin. Oh my gosh. I would look that up. I've never heard of lemon pectin. I know apple pectin, it's a prebiotic fiber, but lemon, that might have more vitamin C. I'm gonna look that up. I mean, I believe they're both going to be a fiber. I would ask ChatGPT honestly, and ask. He will give you the exact. Ask him which has more fiber. Which has more fiber, and but fiber is very important. That's one of the reasons. Is it binds to the bile. If not, that bile gets reabsorbed through the liver. Then the liver slows down, the blood gets filtered through, the blood isn't good quality, it shows up on your skin, you feel bogged down, and it really just starts with supporting your liver. Do you live in Karachi or Lahore? I live in Islamabad. I've been to both. I like them. I don't think I would want to live there though. The air quality is not that great, and my husband, he's not Punjabi. He's not Punjabi. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, I like wearing the clothes from Pakistan. They're very loose and comfortable, and they're made mostly with cotton. And there's a lot of detailing that goes into everything. Thank you. Islamabad is beautiful. It's the capital. Kind of reminds me of Washington, D.C. And with support, when you're supporting the liver, my love, you're supporting the gallbladder. they're the two front wheels to the car. When you're supporting one, the other one runs good, just as good. So you need to support the liver to support the gallbladder. The gallbladder just stores bile. The pancreas helps make enzymes. Enzymes help with breaking down your food. Is your husband Pashtun? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Are you in a high altitude? We were this summer, we were close to Swat, a little, I mean, not that close to where we get our Shilajit, but a lot closer. And we were in a city, a town that was way up in the mountaintops. I used to have a really bad issue with high altitude because I was anemic. In fact, I lived in Colorado and I had to move away. So I didn't have any issues. And I believe it's because I've been taking Shilajit that my iron got better. And because it comes from a high altitude area, yeah, I was living there all summer. I would like to have a retreat there one day for everybody, close to the glaciers, and have a pool in the retreat where glacier water would be coming from. The swimming pool water would be glacier spring water coming in. What are you taking for fertility? Bella, I've been taking a lot. I'm going to be honest. I am not pregnant yet. I've been taking everything. If there was a study done and it said it was helpful, I'm taking it. I can tell you that my periods are a lot better. They used to be very erratic and far apart, which is normal for perimenopause symptoms. I don't want to be perimenopausal, but it sometimes happens in your 40s. So my periods are getting better. They're getting more.
What's the community link is on the website?
The WhatsApp community link is on the website. So I see the doctor on the 14th, Bella, a fertility specialist. I told you I would be very transparent. I'm not doing IVF. That option is on the table. I'm going to have a surgery to do stem cell and PRP for my ovaries, and they would have to put me under general anesthesia, and that can bring up your AMH level to about 40 to maybe even 80%. Every body responds differently, but I'm very confident that it will work. I was chronically anemic, so iron transports oxygen. When you have anemia, you don't have a lot of oxygen in your body, and you're going to a place where there's it's lower levels of oxygen, high altitude, or you're higher up in oxygen.
The higher you go, the oxygen becomes.
Yeah, there was lower levels of oxygen, so my body, I would get headaches, lightheaded, but once I cured my chronic anemia, I'm fine with altitude. Have you tried berberine? I don't feel the need to. There are a lot of great benefits. Fortunately, I'm not, hi, beautiful Marty. I'm not insulin resistance.
Wow.
How old, Nicole? I was born in 1982. So I don't know how, according to ChatGPT, I'm what?
You're what?
So some people say I'm 43. ChatGPT made me 42. I don't know. Well, Nicole, I will be posting a lot more on Insta. I film a lot on here, but I don't really post that type of content on here. It's not really shown or pushed out. So okra beets, yes, okra and beets are good. Just be careful if you have calcium stones because they're high in oxalates. Beets are wonderful if you have high blood pressure because they're high in nitrate, and you want that. So we're going to say a quick prayer and then I have to go. And whoever you choose on praying to, calling upon is your beautiful journey. You couldn't find the WhatsApp group in the bio? It's in the website, my dear. It's on the website. You can't put those things in your bio anymore. You can't. It's just, it goes, we're trying to follow the rules to a T. Beautiful. I'm wishing you a blessed day, my love. Have a blessed day. If your cooked beets, does it reduce kidney stone oxalates? A little bit, yes. It's just if you have kidney stones, I might avoid them short term. Uh, Add more magnesium, phosphorus to your diet. Chanca piedra helps to dissolve stones. But maybe for a few months, 90 days, have no oxalates, do that cleanse, and then you can slowly have these foods again. Why didn't you do? I was anemic, my love. I didn't do well because I have chronic anemia, and Colorado is high altitude, so there's less oxygen, and iron transports oxygen, so my body didn't have a lot of oxygen, so I was not doing well with that. Okay, we're gonna say a quick prayer. You can take your hand like this, put your phone down, and take two your hands. And what were your when you're? Oh God, it was like a 4 or 5. I'm right now like a 25. I was a 35 after I gave birth. It went down after living in mold because mold also feeds off of the iron in your body. They will feed off of iron to survive and sugar. So I'm slowly bringing it up again. But I would love to be my ferritin around 40. Yeah, well, my whole life it was very low. I remember as a child, as a child, I used to have to get transfusions. And I'm gonna call. Okay, I have to go. Oh, quick prayer. I ask God to help us become the best version of ourselves, release everything that is no longer working in our highest good, every thought, every emotion, every habit, every person. Give me freedom from my worries, my pain, and fill it with the best form of love, self-love for myself, my community, my family. Amen. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for guiding me. Please take my illness and turn it into the best wellness possible so I can help myself and others. And I'm just grateful to be alive. Thank you so much. I'm grateful that you guys have allowed me into your home. And prayers that I get my Instagram account back. We did get through to a case study, so if we could all say a prayer for that, that would be wonderful. And thank you. Amen. Amen. Take care. Bye. Bye. Bye.